Hello, Facebook friends. It's Cynthia Morris, and I am packing for my honeymoon to Hawaii next week. I'm so excited to go to Hawaii. I've always wanted to go there my entire life, so here's my chance, finally. And of course, I'm taking some art supplies. Last week, I did a Facebook Live. Hi, Geneva. Hello, welcome. Last week, I did a Facebook Live about which notebook should I take. Should I take usually like the small one, which is this size, or the big one? And I made my decision. It just, after all that thinking about it, it just came to me as an intuitive rightness what to do. Hello. And so I'm going to share everything I'm bringing that's related to art. And I packed everything, but I'm sure I forgot some things. So one of the things that made me decide to bring the large notebook was I have this great plastic pouch that my scuba diving certification stuff came in. And I thought, if my notebook fits in there, I will take that. And lo and behold, it does. So check it out. Here's the notebook I'm taking. Now, I know it's big, but I can do this. I can deal with this. I've had a notebook this big before. This is the Hana Mulla notebook, and it's got beautiful, very white watercolor pages, as opposed to the moleskin pages, which are often kind of creamy colored. And I added a piece of washi tape to the spine. I got this in Japan, and I just like how it adds a little bit of bling. So this fits perfectly in the notebook, or in this pouch. The other thing that I'm taking is the 100-day project starts Monday, and so I'm going to be doing 100 days of pattern play. And so what I wanted to do was bring some watercolor paper, and I put it all in a manila folder. And this is all Hana Mulla paper. There's their Leonardo paper, which is super thick, and I've got some I guess this is a 6x6 watercolor paper. And then I've got some longer pieces, which I thought would be fun for pattern play. And then some sizes about this size. Like, the thing with doing patterns is you don't want a big piece of paper, because if you're doing it by hand, then you just have to keep repeating the pattern. So I think these sizes are perfect. I've got about, I don't know, a dozen or so. We're going to be gone for 10 days. I also got a new iPad, and iPad Pro, and the pencil, and the app Procreate. So I might play with that a little bit on the plane to play with pattern play. So what about the supplies? Well, they're all in this tiny little pouch, which I just love. I think this is adorable. I bought this in Japan, and it fits pretty much everything. I love anything with a bunch of pockets. It totally makes me happy. So here's the glue stick in this pocket, and here's the date stamp in that pocket, and the rubber stamp pad. And then in this other outside pocket is where I put the pens. So I'm bringing 4 of the Unipen drawing pen. These are waterproof. I love these. I buy them in Europe, and I buy a ton of them. I've got a pretty blue pen for writing, and a pencil. I suppose I should pack an eraser. I don't really use a pencil very much, unless I'm making something that is for a final product, but in my sketchbook, I don't really use a pencil much. And then in the inside pocket is the water brush that I'll use for watercolor. I'm going to put that in the outside pocket. And my paint palette. It's a little tight, but it's working. And this morning I cleaned it out, and I filled it with some new paints, so it's ready to go. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of blues in there. Also in the middle pocket is a paintbrush. I'm going to bring 2 paintbrushes. This one too. It's got a flat edge. So that is it. I don't really use markers. I'm not bringing watercolor crayons. It's just watercolor paint and pens. And it all fits kind of in this little pouch, which I could do a strap on it. There are little tabs on the end. I just love this. I just love this. And I'm so excited to finally use it. And then the other thing I'm bringing is just my journal. I love this journal. This is Jill Bliss, and she decorates her pages really beautifully. And you probably can't see, but well, maybe you can, the dot grid. And some pages are blank and some have lines and some have squares. I just love Jill Bliss. Chronicle Books publishes these journals. So that all fits really nicely. Here's the notebook and the blank paper in my dive certification pouch. Now this might seem like a lot to take. It's kind of big and bulky, and it is. It's got a little strap. But the thing is, this is because of this specific trip. We're going to Hawaii. We're going to be driving around in the car. I would never take something this big if I were just walking around Paris or a city like that. But when you're in a car, you can just throw this in the car and take it with you wherever you go. The other things I just wanted to show that are always in my purse are my pencil pouch made by my friend Sam Hunter. And I've got pens and a Lamy pen and these really cool water travel brushes. These aren't super great. They don't totally stick together that well, but these are really great for travel. So I have extra brushes and pens in there. And then I always have this little watercolor palette. Is that adorable? That I made from an Altoids tin. Voila. And then never leave home without my travel shrine. That is something I made back in 2007 when I went nomad in 2008. And it's full of all kinds of magic and helps me have a magical journey. What do you take when you travel? What are the things that you take? And Geneva's clearing out your art room this weekend will be thinking of me. Thank you. Happy honeymoon. Thank you. Yeah, you might look at, you probably already have figured this out. You can take stuff to the thrift store, or there are also places that where you can donate art supplies. A lot of people need art supplies, and a lot of us have way too many. So just don't feel bad about letting go of things and getting rid of things, because there's always somebody who will want them. I love getting art supplies at yard sales. It's really fun to get things like that that you need or use. The other thing I love getting at yard sales are stationery, cards, envelopes, things that you cannot have too many envelopes, is my thought. Any questions before I go? I just love sharing my art supplies and what I like to take with me. So I hope this has helped you maybe pack for an upcoming trip or clear out your art room and have more fun with less art supplies. You don't really need a lot. Often we bring all these contingency supplies, markers and crayons and stickers and all this stuff. I like to just take the bare minimum and then add in things as I go. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Hope this was fun. See you next time.